It's as if it's a Miata or an MX-5 that decided that, you know, I'm gonna hit the gym, but it's bulking season. And here we are 3 years later, and bulking season never ended. Back to Born Again Motoring. Excuse the wind. Of course, it's a windy day here in northern DFW. But today, you join me in the CX-90 plug-in hybrid. It's been a long time since I've owned this, and I haven't had a chance to do a review on it, and today's finally today. So, I consider this the Project D support vehicle, as you can see, and the Type R being the downhill car and the C8 being the uphill car. There's a WRX TR over there looking very nice. But yeah, here it is in all its glory. The plug-in hybrid has about 14,000 miles now, and this replaced the MDX Type S. All in all, I think the front of the car is a very, very good looking 3-row SUV. And in my opinion, that's kind of where it falls off. When you get into the back of the car, it has this bulbous look that still hasn't necessarily sold on me. But it is what it is. It's actually functional with this shape because it allows you to store things back here. It gives you a little bit more space and room in the trunk. So if you look there, we have the third row here and this little entry trunk space when the seats are up. A little bit bigger than the MDX, but not by much. It is a lot more narrower than the MDX, and the MDX is a little bit wider. But this does what it's supposed to do, so I cannot complain there. So let's actually get in this and let's take it for a spin. But before that, since I'm here, I might as well talk about the backseat space. So it is the 3-row with 2 captain's chairs. You have my son's chair there, and that's the main purpose of this vehicle, to be the family hauler. This is me sitting behind myself. I'm about 6 foot tall, even. I have long legs. That's where most of my height is. And, you know, I'm not cramped by any means. It's a nice captain's chair. You got these vents. You've got 2 USB-C ports. No complaints. It's again, a nice place to be. Now, I think where some of the trouble will come is in the backseat space. Can I even fit back here? From here, I can. So this seats 3 people back here, and here is my knee room. My head does not touch at 6 feet, but my knees are up against this from where I was sitting back there. So the summary is as an adult, you can fit back here just fine. You've got a nice USB-C, some cup holders, and vents, which is not in the MDX. It'll work. It'll do. Now, I don't know about somebody sitting next to me directly in this middle row, but somebody over to the far right would be just fine. For a long road trip, I would be okay. Not necessarily where I'd want to be, but it'll work. Again, at 6 feet tall, my knees are slightly touching, but I'm fine. But anyway, let's go to the front. Let me crawl out of here and talk about why I went with the MDX. Or I'm sorry, I went with the CX-90. I did go with an MDX previously, but that's in the past. So we're greeted with this nice little graphic here. The LED screen is very nice, actually, high resolution, great graphics. It matches the car's color, this machine gray metallic, which is a very, very nice color. Start it up. And because it's the plug-in hybrid, you'll notice, of course, all these dings. Mazda does that very well. And you'll see that it prioritizes EV mode. So I have 22 miles left range, full EV. And we're working with a 328 horsepower, 369 torque engine between the standard inline 4 and the electric motor for assist. So with that, it creates a unique experience. This does not have a turbo. It's an inline 4, and that electric motor, we're in an age now where these electric motors kind of, I would say, are the way beyond turbos because the way they generate torque. It's that instant punch. And with this, you have the benefit of both being gas and you get that range when you need it. So let's set off for a spin here. Here we go. I'm going to leave it in electric mode. And we will adjust that. Now here's a cool little thing here. If I press the radar button or the aid button here, it'll change your gauges. A lot of cars are doing that now. So if you don't want the radar sensor on, it will give you just a big speedometer in the middle, taking away the car. But I like the car in the middle. It's like I'm in a video game. And move out. So with it just in electric mode, this car is by no means fast. It is quick because that torque is immediate, it feels like, but it falls flat on its face. Where you get the full power is when you have it in like sport mode, or if you press the gas pedal, it's going to do what it says here. It'll say boost, like as if it's being powered by a turbo, like you're getting a turbo boost, and it'll use both the gas and the electric. But in just EV mode, it is very docile, but not bad. Now this EV motor is mated directly to the automatic transmission, and this is a clutch. Wet clutch automatic transmission, single clutch system, which is kind of weird for an electric motor to be connected to because it's both utilized by both the gas engine and the electric motor. So it provides for a unique driving experience. All right, so why did we trade our MDX Type S for the CX-90 plug-in hybrid? Well, the fact of the matter is we moved, and the place where we moved, there you go, truck, you have the right of way. Yep. The place where we moved has much further distances. The MDX Type S is horrible on gas, and it has a small gas tank. I don't care so much that it's horrible on gas because, you know, it's a performance SUV, but what I do care about is the fact that the gas tank is small. So I was always having to fill up, and with our increased distances, that would make my wife have to fill up every 2 to 3 days, and it's just not ideal for her to do. So we needed something that could fulfill the need of that MDX with the 3 rows, because when family comes to town or whatever, we want to be able to take them around and, you know, something safe. But I also wanted it to have a little bit of performance and some form of luxury. So the plug-in hybrid gave that to us, and for 3-row plug-in hybrids, it's a small market, and for the cost, this is really, I would say, one of the better options. This is a premium. It's not a premium plus, so I don't have the folding mirrors. I don't have the 360 camera nor the touchscreen, which is now standard. But the cost for these are about $58,000, depending on where you buy it. We leased it, and I'll talk about that a little bit. But yeah, that's basically why we bought this, and we traded the MDX when we only had it for a year. I absolutely love the MDX. I love the fit, finish, the feel, the driving dynamics, but this made more sense for us. So let's talk about how this thing drives. Now, one of the first things you'll notice in this car is the steering is very heavy. There's no adaptive, I mean, there's different drive modes, but there's no adaptive suspension, nor does it change the steering input, weight, or feel. Mazda just gives you what they want with the suspension and with the steering, which the suspension's not so bad. With this being on 21-inch wheels, it's, you know, it's a little rougher than the MDX, which was on air ride, but it's not that bad. But the steering is heavy, which I'm shocked by, because I don't know if most people, most consumers that are after this would appreciate the heavy steering. I know me, I appreciate it. I actually really like it, and it has Mazda's DNA on it, but I don't know if most people will. I'm gonna go into sport mode. Now, sport's gonna make sure that electric and EV are always active. Look at the nice aggressive gauges. I'm gonna let these cars go, give them a little distance. I love the aggressive gauges, and see, when I press this button, it'll change back into this nice aggressive setting. And we're gonna give this a run. Let's go. See, it says boost. Yeah, it's no slouch. For its weight, it's no slouch, and this thing handles very nicely. So this is a rear biased all-wheel drive system, and it hugs the corners nice and tight, trying to be on the same page as its German competitors. And I think for the price, it does a good job at that. The driving dynamics of the CX-90 is, the best way to say it is, you see the Mazda and you feel the Mazda DNA in it. It's as if it's a Miata or an MX-5 that decided that, you know, I'm gonna hit the gym, but it's bulking season. And here we are 3 years later, and bulking season never ended. And that's what became of the MX-5 or the Miata. It's like, that's how this drives. It's kind of hysterical. It's got this nice rear-wheel drive feel, but it will play with you. But just like how my ND2 was in stock form, there's body roll, and this has that body roll, but you can control that body roll, and the car will listen to you when you input, when you give it steering inputs. So it's actually incredibly fun to drive at the limit. You feel its weight, and it's rewarding. But yeah, I just never gave up bulking season, and it's not being real about what actually happened. It's still trying to hold on to that thought that yeah, it's bulking season. So with that, it's good. Where I think this car, yeah, here's a turn here. See, it grips. It just, yeah, no give. It grips. And the engine doesn't sound bad either for a little 4-cylinder with an electric. Nice. But yeah, where this car begins to fall down, I think, is it's nice. Like, the interior is nice. This grayish color interior, my wife fell in love with it, and it does look nice. And this nice veneer on the console is great. But if I compare it to the MDX, specifically the Type S, that really felt more luxurious. I mean, the NVH was way better. The sound deadening was way better. Yes, there is a near $20,000 cost differential between the two. And even at the most base version of this, there's even more gap between those two. But at first it felt, I would say, more luxurious, but after time, and after we put these 14,000 miles on it, you just kind of can tell it's not quite luxury. It has nice fit and finish, and it's not bad by any means, but it's not a luxury car. And that's okay. Not everything has to be luxurious. Not everything has to be perfect. But yeah, this is, it's a joy to drive, but it is not a direct replacement for anything on the luxury segment. Now, Mazda's doing a lot better now from a performance perspective financially. So I think that may change, because this was their entry. The regular inline six was their entry into this kind of luxury premium SUV foray. So they will probably continue to improve upon this platform, and I can see how that can turn into something really, really, really good, and I look forward to seeing what they do. But there's some kinks they got to work out, namely the transmission, the software, the shifts. This will shift abruptly. You can't really predict it. It's just got some weird things going on there, and I don't think Mazda, and it just did one of the things I hate the most, and I'll talk about that. The gas and the brake are too close together, and you end up pressing them together on accident. Let's give this a quick little run from a dig. Here we go. Let's go. Okay. But yeah, that thing, I'm constantly, depending on how big your feet are or whatever, you will press the gas and brake pedal, and they know it because they give you a warning about it. I'm always doing it. But yeah, the transmission, some of the software things like and this might just be a Mazda safety sense thing, but it's overly active about, if I have my turn signal on, I'm turning left, it's letting me know that somebody's to the left of me, but I know that, like, I'm just putting my signal on. So I think those are my big gripes about the car, like if I had any. Overall, it's good. It serves its purpose. The electric range is cool. So if you live in a city or a town where you don't have to do much driving, you can essentially not use the gas engine at all. Like, because I've gotten, the most I've seen here is 27 miles range. So yeah, if you live in a place where your commute is 10 miles round trip, less than that, 20 miles round trip, less than that, you don't have to tap into the gas tank, but the gas tank is there. At one point, the average miles per gallon we were getting in this was 80 because of how much less we had to use the gas in this car. And so that was great. Now, when the winter came, I definitely saw a decrease in range. So keep that in mind. If you live in a cold climate, the performance is severely impacted. Right now, we're averaging 58.9, so 59 miles per gallon. And I mean, I've seen it to where we've got 1,200 miles plus on a single tank of gas because of how much of the electric only we were using. So that's the benefit, and that's why we bought this car. It's decently comfortable. It provides all the features. It's safe. It can perform. I don't know about track performance or anything. It's got standard brakes. The brakes are nice. You know, they're progressive. You press in on them, and the more you give it, the more it's going to let you brake. Again, Mazda prioritizes driving dynamics, which is why the steering is indeed heavy. The steering is heavy because they've prioritized that feel, and they can only give you one option since it's not adaptive. And I'm with it, and I'm for it. But just keep that in mind if you have arthritis or something, that this will be a heavier steering wheel, and it's a skinny steering wheel. That's one thing my wife doesn't like, is the MDX had one of the best steering wheels on the market, and it was nice and thick and sporty. This is like really thin, and it's not preferred for her. But transmission shifts quickly. I mean, yeah, the engine moves when you need it to, except for, unless there's a nice handoff between the electric and the gas motor, then it can be a little finicky. Long term, I don't think I'm gonna keep this. Lord willing, I will be in something else. If they come out with a MDX Type S that has some sort of plug-in hybrid and offers that level of performance, I would love to get back in one of those. Now, especially since we have a Type R, I mean, yeah, it looks like the camera overheated and is getting hot. So that's my cue, folks. So let me know what you think about this. If I need to do another video on it, I will. Yeah, it's a good car, a good SUV. I won't be in it long term, Lord willing, and would like to be in, see another MDX or maybe see what Lexus offers from a driving perspective. Now, so with that, God bless you and your family. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.